So I decided to make another Neo video because I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. There's just too many bulls that are blindsided by the upside that they want to ignore the bears, and they just want to see the stock keep going up so they make more money. But you gotta remember that the reality is stocks evaluations matter. They matter big time. Neo is in a big giant bubble, but even if Andrew Left is bearish on Neo, as long as billionaires and banks and big money and rich people keep pumping the stock, it will go up. So as a retail investor, as a person that doesn't have that much money, let's say you had, between $250,000 to $1 million, maybe $2 million, and you are, extreme bull on Neo because Neo made you a millionaire. I don't know what to say. I mean, that's awesome, but, if you are too greedy, you're gonna lose it all. You're gonna lose it all. So that's my personal view on it. Bulls make money, bears make money, hogs get slaughtered. So if you are greedy, you're a hog, and you just ignore short sellers and say that short sellers are stupid and they don't know what they're talking about, and Neo is going to the moon. Wow, I'm really terrified for you. And, personally, you're gambling that rich people will keep pumping Neo stock forever and ever and just make Neo the next Tesla. $300 billion, why not? $400 billion, why not? You're basically gambling that rich people are going to make Neo the $200, $300. That's just insane. Like, why would rich people keep pumping the stock? Besides, I don't get it. I mean, they could. Andrew Left can be completely wrong and be stupid, but personally, I think Neo stock will crash. And I'll explain in this video why. Just to buy 1,000 shares of Neo right now, it would cost you $44,000 US, and the higher the stock price goes, the more it would cost you to buy 1,000 shares. And the stock is traded on 579 million shares. That is a lot of shares. That is billions of dollars moving back and forth. Billions and billions of dollars moving back and forth. So, at the end of the day, you can be bullish or bearish, but you are gambling that rich people will keep pumping up Neo stock to the moon. That's what you're doing. If you are a bull, you are gambling that rich people will keep pumping up Neo stock. If you don't have that much money, if you have, between, $250,000 to $1 million, well, I don't know, let's say you had less. Let's say you had $10,000 to $100,000. Do not buy Neo stock at these prices. You are going to get slaughtered if rich people don't keep pumping the stock. Because at the end of the day, you're gambling that rich people, billionaires, and banks are going to keep pumping this stock to the upside, higher and higher and higher. Because 10,000 shares is almost $500,000 in Neo stock. And if you were to buy 10,000 shares when it was $2 or $3, that will only cost you $20,000 to $30,000. Neo is too expensive at this price. At these prices, wait for a pullback, because it will happen, and maybe Neo will get pumped up to the moon and will go to $50, $60, $70, $80 in the future, or $100 in the future. That is a possibility, but I'm really doubtful. I'm really doubtful that will actually happen. But you never know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I made a video a while ago on Hyliion. I said I warned Hyliion will crash after the merger with SHLL. I got 49 dislikes. 49 dislikes. There is so many people that just all they want is they ignore the bears and they just want to see the stock price go higher and higher and higher. And where's Hyliion right now? $22.33. It went as low as 1867. So, you know, when there's a lot of bulls, yeah, when there's a lot of people disliking, I think that's when stock prices go down. Look at NIO. Look at how many dislikes it got. 133 dislikes. There's a lot of retail investors in this. 2,471 views. A lot of retail investors in NIO. I don't think rich people are going to make all these retail investors rich. I think the stock's going to crash. I'm not, like, I can't say I'm like 100% sure, but I am 90% sure that NIO stock will crash. But, you know, you never know. Maybe billionaires and Chinese people and the government will just keep pumping the stock, and this thing will go to $1,000 and be worth more than Tesla. But yeah, that's just the market for you, right? NIO right now is worth $60 billion. There's another company called BYD Company Limited. Warren Buffett's invested into this company, and they make really cool products, and they're valued at $69 billion. Why buy NIO when you can buy this company? This company's already profitable, and they make really cool stuff, and Warren Buffett's invested into it. Look at that. In 1 year, they made 127 billion YBN, and for profit, they made about $5.9 billion of YBN for the ending 2019. I don't have the quarterly results because Yahoo's being gay, but you know, like, they make profit. They make a lot of money. Will NIO ever make the same amount of money as BYD Company, or even more than BYD Company? I don't think so. And BYD Company is valued at $69 billion. NIO, an unprofitable company, they are bleeding money, and they're worth $60 billion. And the higher NIO goes, rich people would have to pump both NIO and they would have to pump both BYD, because if BYD Company was worth less than NIO, it would not make any sense. So rich people would have to pump both BYD Company and NIO just to make sense of the market. That's a lot of money to move around to the market, I'll be honest with you. Like, let's look at BYD Company. What do they make? They make passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, buses, rail transit, batteries, electronics. So, NIO doesn't even make their own cars. They buy their cars off someone else and then resell it for more money. That doesn't sound like a very good business model, in my opinion. You're buying off someone else to sell it to a customer. Like, does that make any logic? BYD makes their own vehicles. They're vertically integrated, and they make other stuff too. They make buses, and they make electronics, and they make batteries. I think NIO, I don't know if NIO makes battery. I think they make batteries. Maybe they make batteries. I have no idea. But these guys make everything, and Warren Buffett's invested into this company. And it's worth $9 billion more than NIO. NIO is overvalued. They're extremely overvalued. But if rich people want to make them even more overvalued, then they'll keep pumping the stock. But then they would have to pump BYD just so the stock market would make some sense. This is all my opinion anyway, so we'll see what happens. But I'm very confident NIO stock's going to crash. So let's NIO is having their earnings coming up here very soon. Let's look at their past earnings. They sold about 10,000 vehicles. This is the last update, October 2020 deliveries. They sold about 5,055 vehicles for the 3 months ending. For the next earnings report, they will be delivering about 13,728 vehicles. So 3,000 vehicles more. And the stock is, since August, the stock ran, I don't know, like from $13 all the way to $45. And they sold 3,000 more vehicles. And the company literally tripled from August since they announced their last earnings report. I mean, I don't know. The market, the NIO stock's hot right now. And that hotness is probably going to burst and fall back down to reality, in my opinion. So, and then let's look at the revenue for NIO. So NIO, for total revenue, they made $1.5 million of revenue, and it cost them 1.7 million. So they made $1.4 billion of RBN on the vehicles, but it cost them $1.755 billion of per vehicle. I mean, it cost them more to get the vehicle than to sell the vehicle. They're selling the vehicles at a discount to what it cost them to obtain the vehicles. Does that make any sense to you? They're losing money left, right, and center. They have a negative gross margins. Sure, next earnings report, we could see, a little bit of a positive gross margin, but they're still going to lose a ton of money. The total operational loss was $3 billion. Net loss came out to $3.285 billion. And they're valued at $60 billion. But at the end of the day, if rich people want to keep pumping up NIO stock, they will. But I'm confident that NIO will crash. I could be wrong. This is pure speculation on my part. But I'm gonna put my neck out, and I'm gonna say 90% chance that NIO stock is probably gonna fall back to $20, maybe $30, $25. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. But if it does, that could create an opportunity for swing trading. I wouldn't long NIO, because NIO is a speculation stock at the end of the day. We don't know if their business is going to 100% succeed. They have competition from BYD. They have competition from Li Auto. They have competition from Xpeng. They have competition from Tesla. They have a lot of competition. Even Candy Technologies, because their competition on the cheaper models, cheaper cars. NIO kind of caters to the upper middle class and the rich in China. They're the only one that can really afford a NIO, but most rich people will buy both a NIO car and a Tesla car and other EV cars. Rich people would have multiple different cars, not just one car, but that's just my 2 cents on the subject. Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.